Epic is definitely the word, isn't it? There's a lot going on here, Sigourney. So you played Dr. Grace in the first film. Now, unfortunately, she died in the last film, but she was reborn as Kiri. And at its heart, this is really a story about family, about Kiri's family, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'm not sure Kiri was reborn from Grace, but Grace is... Avatar Grace is somehow her mother.
OK, OK.
For us, we've lost Natayam, the oldest son, and so you pick the family up dealing with the grief of that loss and dealing, they hope, with some kind of period of peace, which unfortunately doesn't last long, but it is still the most exhilarating ride. I've seen it 3 times. I don't think I've ever seen a movie of mine 3 times. And I felt like I needed a seatbelt. It was such an amazing physical experience. Yeah. But because of, you know, for instance, the grief we're each processing, Jim Cameron doesn't shy away from processing grief and how everyone does it differently, and a mixed race family, and you know, a world at war. So I found it also very moving.
Very human themes. Yeah.
Yes, very human.
Yeah. So did I. I mean, I saw it, I watched it from start to finish. I loved it, and you're right, so many complex emotions that are brought across through the film. And Oona, the Sully family, of course, are dealing with grief and emotion, but also a confrontation from this new tribe, which your character, Varang, is the leader of. So just talk to us about your character and what... She's very fierce, isn't she? She's very dominating.
Yeah, she's pretty spicy. She comes from a place that was devastated by a natural disaster, and a volcano erupted and sort of ended her way of life and her family. Or, you know, they don't have trees, they don't have food growing, so they had to totally reinvent themselves and reorient themselves. And she really, as a young leader that she was at the time, she learned how to harness the power of her grief and turn it into her greatest strength. And so her kind of greatest weakness is her greatest strength. And she taught her people how to do that too. And she's turned her back on Ewa. And yeah, she's there to add a layer of complexity and, you know, add a shade of gray and to this beautiful blue world that we know and love. And I actually feel that the Ash people bring the Na'vi closer to us humans, because you can see that the kind of hurt people cycles of suffering are universal, actually, and even it can even happen to the Na'vi. And so if it can happen to the Na'vi, then we can also find an arc of redemption in our home planet here.
Now, Oona, you know, Sigourney was saying watching it was a physical experience, but people might be surprised how physical making it was, because this isn't an animation, is it? I mean, tell me a little bit about how filming actually worked.
Oh, no, I mean, it's absolutely all... Everything that you see is a human made. You know, even the computer pieces, you know, that happen between our performance and then they're all artists that take a lot of time. But when we're there, I mean, it's like poor theater. It's very ironic because you're in the most expensive production of all time, but you're essentially in your leotard doing scene study with your friends. It felt like being back in drama school. Right? It's
absolutely. It felt like a very free early theater rehearsal where you're just there not to work for a result, but actually to find out what is going on in the scene and where your character is. And it's probably the most wonderful, pure acting experience I've ever had in film. I love conventional filmmaking, but this really is just the pure acting, and it's such a delight.
It sounds like so much fun, and you know, it's interesting as well because you play a 14-year-old, right? So you can kind of go back and channel teenage experiences. What were you like as a teenager?
Oh, not sure you want to know. I was this tall when I was 11. So I was really one of those kids who's like this and really shy.
Greg's nodding.
Yeah, vigorously.
How tall were you?
I was preposterous height from birth.
Poor mother.
Indeed. I was 6 foot when I was 16, and I was 6'8" when I was 17.
Wow. God, you must have been
You could see me growing.
Yeah. Wow.
But Oona, it must have been fun watching Sigourney play a teenager on set, right?
It was incredible because she was, I mean, everything. She's Teenager of the Year, really Teenager of the Millennium, dare I say. But it was amazing to see, you know, somebody that I thought was going to be like this kick-ass, badass alpha female be like a 14-year-old insecure little girl. I was like, Oh, wow.
Well, you say kick-ass, badass. I mean, you know, with your history in Alien, Sigourney, which is such an iconic piece of work. I mean, who can forget that chest burster scene? Although apparently I was reading that was quite vague in the script. They didn't go into detail about what was going to happen.
Well, they wrote out what was going to happen. In fact, John Hurt had a line that said, "Oh my goo ah," as the thing was coming out. But you know, you read it and you went, "Okay, well, you know, we're not going to see that." And then you got down to the set and everyone's wearing, you know, a poncho. And you go, okay. And it was the most incredible day. I was very lucky that I didn't get blood all over me because, you know, right at the beginning of the film, I'm not sure I was brave enough yet to be covered with blood like Veronica was and not, you know, sort of surrender my role, you know.
So they didn't show you the alien before it first burst out when you were filming?
Well, I mean, the English crews are so amazing because these guys on the special effects crew were under the table and they did something with a few hoses. I mean, that was it. They didn't have anything magical under there. And this thing, first of all, a take where it comes, you know, you see the blood. The next time, it came out of his chest. It sat on the table. You see all of us in a master, we're like looking at it, and then it goes off.
Yeah.
And we're in shock because we really were. I mean, it was just like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And what was that? You
I mean, it's haunted me. It's haunted me since I was 13.
Has it, Greg?
I still have dreams about something bursting out. I've been convinced for my whole adult life that something's going to burst out. I mean, it turns out I'm just fat. But it has given me nightmares my whole life.
Greg, there's still time. The night is young. Yeah. And you can see Avatar Fire and Ash in cinemas from next Friday.
Yes, and we're going from epic